So as I was checking my garden, I noticed another Melon Mexicano that's turning yellow. Now you can see two yellow Melon Mexicanos there, and apparently one of those yellow Melon Mexicanos slipped from the vine. So it's time to pick it. This one here looks like it's beginning to slip. I can see the stem is starting to become raised. It's a slight raise on the top of the melon. It's probably hard to tell. You can see an insect there probably trying to eat this little guy. But this one has already slipped. When I came out, it was just like this, and this is where the stem was connected. It wasn't yellow yesterday or whatnot, so I'm not sure how ripe it'll be, but we're gonna check it. It does have a nice scent coming from it. Now let's see if we can see on, look, there's another fruit set. Another Melon Mexicano fruit set. So we can see on this green melon, it's probably hard to tell if you're not looking at it in person, but the stem is slightly, grass out the way. The stem is slightly embedded into the melon, and as it starts ripening, it begins to raise, just like on this one here. So that's a sign of the stem beginning to slip. Now I'm not gonna move that melon because I don't wanna make it slip too early and cause it to stop ripening. Here's another growing Melon Mexicano. You can see that the stem is very flush with the fruit. So it's a flat surface until it starts ripening. Here's my largest Melon Mexicano, which is looking very good. Excellent. And if we do a size comparison to the one I just picked, or the one that picked itself, wow, that's a big difference. That's a vast difference in size. Just look at that. That's a major difference in size compared to those two Melon Mexicanos. And as I said, this is the largest one that I've grown so far out of all of my Melon Mexicano fruits. Judging from last year and this year. So I'm gonna choose this little spot right here in the shade to do a bricks measurement on this Melon Mexicano because the sunlight interferes with the meter. So, all right. No water to rinse it off. We're just gonna cut right into it. Juice pouring out. Let's get this in the sunlight. It's a beautiful looking melon. It's a very small one, but it's very beautiful also. Okay, let's get this out of the sunlight now. And first I'm gonna do a taste test. This one slipped too early. Tastes like, has the cantaloupe taste, but not that sweet taste that I recall from last year from Melon Mexicano. So this one just tastes like a slightly underripe muskmelon. And its meter will also show that it has a low sugar level. 6.8. So last year, the Melon Mexicano that I tested had a bricks of 12.9. So this is almost 50% of the sugar level that my other Melon Mexicano had. So this is half as sweet as the other Melon Mexicano that I harvested. Definitely not sweet at all, but those seeds are ripe, so I will be saving seed from this melon. And it slipped early, so there's no fault at play. It's just the melon was in a weird positioning and it slipped early, which is why on my previous video, I was trying to get this one out of the air and onto the soil so the melons don't slip early. So right here, I still have that larger one, which was the first one to start turning yellow. The one that I just picked, it wasn't even yellow yesterday, and now today it has some yellow coloring, and that's because it slipped, probably because of wind blowing it and making a melon fall off or something. But whatever the case may be, we have some ripe seed here. So that's Melon Mexicano. This one had a bricks of 6.8, 6.9. And it obviously had a few more days left. Once it starts changing color, it still has a couple more days until you can smell it from a distance. When you're able to smell it from a few yards away, at the minimum, it should be ready. Last year, as I said, the one that I harvested, I was able to smell it from at least 100 yards away. It was a little bit larger than this one here. And I mean, it slipped from the vine by itself, but it was resting on the ground, so it had a good opportunity to develop all of its sugars before slipping. So that's my harvest. See y'all in the next one. You can also see some hints of green in that skin, which means it was underripe.